Because this is quite a hot horse, and this horse has a good canter and he's very stable. So then I can start riding him a little bit back. Take him a little bit more back there, sit, and we change the rein, try to do a little sort of diagonal and stay in counted canter. So balance, this is good. It's quite a sharp turn for him. It's a very good boy to can stay in that balance. Not too fast, collect him a little bit more back on the hind legs, a little bit more back there. Hoppa, back to, he does a little bit of overcourse. I was getting to that one, counted canter. So, but collect them a little bit, like there. So almost like a little bit to pirouette canter in between. This is good. So when you start teaching a horse to change, there are different ways of teaching the horses. This is one way. It's like go in a circle. This is nice in the frame, very nice in the frame, very good hand. Michaela has a very steady body, and there's very steady hands, and it looks easy. So, and then stay on a big circle here. So, and then when you feel, I mean, this horse obviously can already do change, but when you feel it's the right, then you do like the right way, then you do a change. Super. And then stay on the circle again. So if you have a horse, when you start doing the changes, there are different things that a horse does. Mostly the horse runs off. So if you stay in counted canter and you are on a circle and you change to the inside, you can turn to the inside, which makes that the horse goes slower. And that's what you want if the horse runs away from you. I like that because the horse doesn't, if you just go in the diagonal and do the change, the horses always have a chance to just boggle off. But if you're on the circle and you change, also if you have a horse that runs, think about it. If it's straight ahead, horses can run. But if you're turning, the horses go slower. Everything that turns goes slow. So if you have a horse that is very hot and running for you, ride on circles, turn it a little bit, move it to the side, it will slow it down. If you have a horse that is slow, ride it straight forward, give gas. That makes them hotter. This is a very good balance, Michaela. So stay, but in between, put him a little bit more like back in between, because she's sort of like, the canter is nice here, but I wish like, okay, I want to take you a bit further, so take him really back, come on, a little bit more, there. So put him there on the behind legs. This is good, super. There, and then you ride forward again, good. This is good. And then you come and then you do the change and you come into the circle again. This is super nice. There, this was the super. And then you saw the change, this one I actually like better because the first one she rode him a bit flat. This now she's had him a bit more on the hind legs and tack, and then the change come up. And if you're like saying now riding a medium level, if you do those two changes, that one was an 8.5, the first one was a 7. And that again makes the points to get if you win. This is good. And put him back a little bit again. Collect him. A little bit more. Collect. Come on. Back. Take him. There. So get, this is super. Take him on the hind legs. There. Super. This is good. And then forward again. Nice. Super. And back again. Super good. And back. And also when you pat him only with the one hand. The reason why I want her to only pat with one hand is because if she pats this one with both hands, for me, he drops a little bit. And he has quite easy, he's very nice in the hand, but he's very sensitive in the hand. If I give both hands, he can go a little bit droppy. If I have one contact and I just give with one hand, I still have some sort of connection with the mouth. If I have a hand that is a horse that is really strong on the hand, I can give both hands because then it can loosen up in the hand. So it's all about what type of horse you have. Good. And then we're going to do like a diagonal, and you go over so that you would do go to walk. Good. This is good. And then go super. And then go. Let me see what. Now I have to think myself here. Go counted canter. Good. And then you go diagonal from counted canter and you change to counted canter. This is also a very good exercise if you have a horse that wants to change itself. So, and then you stay in the counted canter the other direction. The reason for this is that the horse normally always wants to go in the easy canter, the one it's in, the left or the right. But if you change to the outside canter, the horse has to like a little bit think when it does the change. And that makes it, if you have a horse that really wants to change very quickly, because first they learn it, and once they learned it, the horses are very quick on changing. The change is everywhere, like, and then you're like, oh, whoa, what happened here? So good, give him a little short walk. And then that's why I like to do this exercise. So I go in from counted canter and I change into counted canter. That means that you have to put the leg on and he has to listen to your changes. It's the same when you start teaching them the one-temp piece, like the one-time changes. In the beginning they don't do any, then they do 2, then they do 5, and then they do 355. And then you're just sitting and it's like, tuk, 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 and you're like, whoa. And then you have to again get the horse to listen to yourself. So it's all about building it up. If you have a horse, for example, that is late with the change, which happens, some horses are late, what I can do is that's one of the few times when I take a whip actually, and I stay in counted canter and I tap them a little bit on the right leg canter. So when they're going here and the horse is cantering on the right leg, he's on the left circle but in the right canter, I tap him a little bit on the right leg so that he's like toop, and then change over. And I do it a little bit so that the horse himself does it when he wants to do it. And once he does it, and he does it with the leg under, then I do it on the aid. Also what I do is, I can sometimes, if I have a horse that's difficult, I can change over cavaletti on the floor. It's also quite, because if I have a horse, normally they are late behind because they're a little bit slow behind. If you jump over the fence, first of all, a dressage horse has never seen a fence in his life, it's going to be like, whee! So it's going to be like jumping over the fence, and it's like, poop, oh, and that's going to change, and they have no idea what they're doing. But it's quite a good way to get the horse to like, whoop, do like this. And that's sometimes because normally when they do change late, is that they just like, do like this. And that's when they change late. So those are very good alternatives, what you do it.